I'm saying? The Mercer Boyz Podcast.
Back at it.
You know what I'm saying? Back at it again. How y'all doing? Y'all doing out there in the meta worlds, the metaverses, you know what I'm saying?
Wherever you're watching this, what year you're watching this, you could be watching this 10, 20 years from now.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the beginning of greatness. Well, not really the beginning. I guess it's the beginning for you. What?
Facts.
Yeah.
Definitely the beginning for them, you know what I'm saying? But it's something we had known for quite some time that I really felt we should turn to a podcast because me and Vivid, we pretty much talk every day for the most part or every other day and we have conversations that I feel people should hear, because it'd be funny or informational or inspirational or something like that. Like even today, I did an interview with an artist, and he asked me how, because we went to the same high school actually. He asked me how, I dealt with people from my high school seeing the content I put out, because I've been making content, putting out content for going on like 6 years, 5, 6 years, whatever. And he asked me if I cared about that, if it stopped me from putting out certain stuff, and I was like, no, I don't care. And I also told him how I told his friend how I've been in more relationships than I've been single. So when you're in a relationship, you can kind of just do whatever, like, because I know my girl's still gonna love me, so I don't care how I come off to the rest of the world. I can just pursue entertainment and stuff like that. Because and then the guy was like, "Oh, that's a gem, and this is like, nah, that's just my regular life." So I was just telling him about that, but we got gems that I think the people should hear. You know what I'm saying?
Whole lot of gems. Whole lot of gems. Back.
Sonic rings, definitely. But the Mercer Boyz Podcast is called the Mercer Boyz Podcast for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But why don't you start them off? Because honestly, I think that how we even got here started off with you and one of our mutual friends before I think I even met. Now I knew of the mutual friend first, I believe, but we never chilled until I think after y'all knew each other, or I don't know. But
Well, I mean, it pretty much started with me trying to be a producer. Well, being a music producer. And trying to network at school, back in college. Just met, telling any random person that, yo, I'm a music producer, I'm a music producer. I don't know why I used to do that, but that's just what I used to do. I just used to go around in every single one of my classes. And whoever I would talk to, girls, I don't care who you were, I would still tell you, like, yo, I'm a music producer. People would ask to hear beats, and then at the time, I wasn't as good as I am now. So, yeah, I'm sorry to those people. No cap. But, yeah, so that's how I met our mutual friend. And, yeah, I met him in one of my classes, and we talked for a little bit. We never really spoke, that much in class, like really at all. Like we never really spoke, but we sat next to each other, but we never said nothing. The only time he used to message me was, and I still got the DMs of him asking me like when the assignments were due. Because I used to do the assignments, and I don't think he used to do them, but so yeah, that's definitely how we met. And then years later, probably I would say 2 years later or so, he messaged me because that's when I was really starting to get into production. Well, at least being an artist. And then he messaged me and was like, "Yo, we should definitely work on something." And yeah, ever since then that's how it kind of led to me. But everything kind of just fell into place like piece by piece, just slowly over time. Just the chances, like the odds for us being here right now was very, very slim and probably one of a million just by how everything played out. But
Honestly.
facts. That's how, and then eventually, back to what I was saying. That's how you came into the picture. Yeah, around that time.
So this was me and his mutual friend actually used to we went to high school together as well. We didn't really talk like that. But years later I ended up getting a job from a mutual friend of me and him that I sister of an individual that I've known for quite some time, blah blah. So got the job there at a restaurant, worked with the same mutual friend, and we would always chill after work and he would literally come like pick me up from my crib, and we would just have like long talks about our careers, and we both was trying to do like music entertainment type stuff. So we would just have like long talks all the time, and it was just so all the time for real. Like I do give him the credit for pushing me to stay in the music realm because I honestly didn't want to do music and be seen as like a DJ Academics person, which to this day people still call me DJ Academics, but I didn't want to be seen as DJ Academics, so I didn't really want to do the music stuff. But he told me that you should keep doing the music stuff and you have to branch out somehow. Like at some point, I was doing like 1,000 different things on my Instagram. I used to want to be a basketball influencer, but as time went on, I was trying to be like a sports journalist and whatever. And I was also doing like music compilations and just all types of stuff. Like whatever it is that I find creative and entertaining, I'm just gonna post about it. But he was right though. Where it was like people have to know you for something first, and then you can do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I am glad that I went on that music path. But I used to take him with me to record my on the street interviews sometimes, and he had brought Vivid one day when I was recording a episode of LJS on the Street called "Is Gucci Really Canceled?" This is when Gucci dropped they ski mask with the black lips. It was a black it was a black ski mask with red lips, and I love controversial content. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's funny. It's funny to me. I don't know. So I was like, I'm gonna just make a video because at the end of the day, even though Gucci did that, people are still gonna buy Gucci. Facts.
That's
So
a fact.
it didn't matter. And that was the whole thing. So around that time, people were still gonna go buy Gucci because at the end of the day, people don't love themselves. EBN, boy. EBN on the sweater, you dig me? So,
Yes, sir.
I don't necessarily need to go buy Gucci, but you guys can also check out that episode. You can see me and Vivid in the episode on Roku if you have Roku device or smart TV, or you can go to youtube.com/EBN Music Media. You know what I'm saying? What if you woke up? No. It's is Gucci really canceled? That was literally our first time meeting. It was in that episode.
Yeah, fact.
It was I distinctly remember Vivid speaking about his Gucci flip flops that I don't think he owns anymore. But yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey since then, and we definitely used to do a lot. Honestly, it was that was like 2019, 18, 19.
Yeah, I was like late 2018. No,
Yeah,
that was
it was winter.
honestly.
It was early. It was
I
early.
think
Whatever
it
year it
was.
was early.
Nah, it was 2019. It was early 2018. I think it was 20. It's 20. COVID.
And we stopped. That's a fact. That's a fact. We didn't start going to events and stuff till 2019.
Nah, till summer of 2018.
You sure it's summer 2018?
Yeah, I mean, I could look on my phone now. 'Cause
But we definitely we did a
events
live
still
show.
happen.
I have so many memories in my phone too, because the phone gonna make sure that you get these memories. They want you to stay on the phone as long as humanly possible, my boy. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna make sure you hey, look at what something that happened 6 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like reminisce. And now we reminisce and now you're looking through your photos. It's all a watch time thing, you know what I'm saying? And I really wanted to also bring this podcast to you guys because I think me and him both have like different ways of thinking and looking at just life in general sometimes. So, you know, and looking and viewing social media and the data and analytics that just people don't really grasp. And, I always look at the field and I say, am I different from the field? Is the way I think different from the field? And if so, then I attack it because it's important, I think. To me, I literally thought about this the other day. I feel like anybody that has a personality or a strong talent that they can look at other people and say these other people can't compare to my talent level or personality level, then they should pursue things like this. No matter how long it takes, they should because there's literally people that even I don't believe no one is talentless, but there's people that don't know how to hone into their talent. I think everyone has a talent and everyone is different in their own way, but not a lot of people know how to hone it and contain it and express it. So if you have that ability, I feel like people should always go ahead and do that. They should attack those those thoughts because you could be one of those ones. You never know. You could be one of those ones that goes down in the history books as a different person, and it takes you growing up and being able to withstand everyone telling you because you're gonna if you want to do something in that field that involves expressing yourself, you're gonna get backlash from people who maybe wish they had that and they can't do that and they don't possess those talents to express themselves. So, like I said, no matter how long it takes to do it, you have to do it because you're doing something that a lot of people wish they could do. And
Yeah, it was
you know,
definitely 2019.
2019. That's why I figured like
Yo, nah,
2018. I
I
was
met I met
still in
I met
college.
him late 2018. I think it was like around October.
Or
Yeah, like around October. Cause I remember because I had just moving back to my old crib around that time. So yeah, that's a fact. So definitely 2019. So wow, that year was a crazy.
that was a bananas. It's honestly one of the
Yo, that
most,
year felt like 2 years.
bro. What all the things that we
Wow,
did in that year, and I really want to
2019
like
was a crazy.
we're gonna bring story times of everything that happened. Is so much that I really feel like we can literally give you guys a different story every episode. And I don't want to not do it justice by not going into each story in depth because I think there's even things to learn outside looking in for us and you guys about how every story ended up going.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Wait, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel there's something to learn in terms of how to, because we live in New York. If you can make it in New York, you can literally make it anywhere, and it's a cheesy statement because of how many times it's said, but it's factual. And there's certain things you have to do as a New Yorker to get ahead because a lot of people are trying to do the same thing in New York. So
That's a fact. You gotta see what makes you stand out. And oftentimes, it's gonna be kind of crazy, but sometimes you're gonna like to make it in New York. Sometimes it's like you're gonna make it in New York, but the people that are making you are not from New York, which
yeah,
is crazy to think about because yeah, most of your supporters you can have New York supporters. I'm not saying that, but your supporters is probably just gonna be all around the world. Especially now with the digital age, supporters are people throughout the internet. Now it goes just past your hometown city. It's really just digital, but at the same time, if you can make it in New York, you definitely can make it anywhere because this is definitely one of the, I mean, if not the greatest city in the world, where everybody comes. Like everybody always comes to New York. Like that's probably one of the main few cities. Well, there's plenty of other cities, but New York is probably one of the most visited cities in the world for a fact. Um, and that's just what makes it great, because everybody comes here, and we already live here.
and honestly, I got to keep it 100, because I traveled to LA a few times in the summer of 2021, and my whole life people was always bigging up and necking um what's the area
Los Angeles.
but Hollywood. People was always
Oh, you
comparing
meant
Hollywood to Times Square. It
you
is
meant
nothing like Times Square.
you
Like
meant
I
Hollywood.
need that to
Oh yeah,
stop. It is nothing like Times
nah.
Square. Like
Hollywood is nothing like Times Square. Hollywood gives me
nothing.
more. Well, compared to Hollywood in New York, would be damn. What's a good comparison?
A random block in Manhattan. That's how I feel. You can compare or like maybe a side block near Times Square. But not you know where the New York Times building is? Where there's still billboards? That's what I would compare Hollywood to. Literally just that strip. And it's disgusting because it's like, bro, you guys, I don't know, you guys. I feel like maybe Californian people jack like Santa Monica Boulevard and the beach more than they jack like Hollywood. But I feel like it probably is tourists that really do the most uh, bigging up of Hollywood and like the Hollywood Walk of Fame and the stars. But literally, the stars, homeless people be peeing on them every day. Uh, People walk on them every day. It's dirty. It's a whole dirty environment. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like New York is dirty, but LA is dirty too.
And with Times Square, like it's a different feel, honestly. Like because one, there's bad cops everywhere.
Oh,
Like
dear.
literally, the first thing you walk into Times Square, there's a police station right there. So, and it's just a bunch of. It's like it's literally like a section in the city, like its own little section. Like it literally feels like a circle. You think about it, like because like you're literally, it's like you're in a circle or like a triangle of like surrounded by stores and advertisement and a whole bunch of other stuff. Whereas in LA, it's just a bunch of stars in the ground, which is dope, honestly. But I didn't, bro. We didn't even go. I didn't even go when we went
Oh, you
last
never
time.
went to Hollywood?
Nah, bro. I don't. Nah, we never stopped by the Hollywood. The Hollywood Walk of Fame. Nah.
Word.
I mean, honestly, was I thinking about it? No.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. I
You
ain't
know,
gonna-
being from New York, I realized the touristy spots is good to visit, but at the same time, I realize, I'm not really missing out on anything because being from New York, some people never even visit Statue of Liberty.
I'm not gonna lie. Have I? I've definitely seen it from a boat. I don't know if I like straight up went to. You can actually straight up go to it and like do a tour of it. I don't think I've ever done that before. And I've never done that before.
I only really seen the Statue of Liberty first time really was in the last few days of high school. And me and my friends went to Battery Park
Hmm.
and then we took the ferry. But that was the first of many times I started seeing the Statue of Liberty because I had to go to Staten Island for school. But yeah, yeah. So most people just don't do that. But shout out to LA though. Would I visit? Yeah, I definitely go back to LA. But I feel like New York is really. I feel like I would be here for most of my life. It's not like just definitely always somehow come back here. I don't know. I just like it. Just being able to go out any night, any day, go out any day you want. You could
Facts.
go party any day you want for sure, rather than being restricted to like special events and stuff. Party any day. There's always something going on.
There's always something going on. That's what, because I did a lot of traveling last year, and honestly, there was literally no place like New York. There was no place like New York, and New York sucks in its own way. And I can say the things of which it sucks because I live here. But when some people try to talk down New York, kind of gets me mad. I'm like, yo, you're not even, what I'm saying, like, you're not from here. Don't come here. Shout out around soon. You know what I'm saying? But like, like you can come here, but like, don't try to talk down on certain stuff. But like New York is definitely dirty. It's angry. It's overly populated. But the same things that make it terrible kind of make it good though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But not to say that this is a good thing, but when I was in LA, I was driving a little foreign vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Because when you gotta push in style. You understand me? When you gonna push, if you're not gonna push in style, why you pushing it? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. If you're not gonna push in style, why push? You know what I'm saying? So I'm pushing in style, right? Pull up to my little parking lot. I had to give me an Airbnb. We wasn't doing no hotels over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm lying. I did a couple nights, but yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Airbnb, had a little Airbnb pulled up on his Jean type. You know what I'm saying?
Baddie.
I wish I had. No. I was linking a baddie late on that night, but in the time I had a baddie. I had a baddie. The baddie wasn't on me at the current moment, but homie with a nice big crib next to the place I was staying. He like, oh, I'm like, yo, can I park here? He was like, hey, you can park wherever you want, brother. I said, wow, and I was so uncomfortable because I can't even fathom someone in New York saying that to me. Like, that don't even make sense in my head. So when someone said it to me, I feel like you're gonna try to rob me.
That's a fact. In New York, people they put the construction cones to mark their parking spots in certain streets. But that's the parking is insane. Honestly, me to find parking is definitely a sport. I'm not gonna lie. Finding parking is
Olympic
a
sport
for sure. And you gotta know how to park too, because you can find parking. It's like just that right enough space, just right. Bro, that's literally what happened today and yesterday. And the day, and the day before that too. Wow. So, yeah, gotta have the skill.
Definitely gets wicked out here. You know what I'm saying? LA, I prefer driving to LA than New York though. Like, cause even though there's a lot of traffic in LA, it's different from what I'm used to. Obviously, like New York, I don't even bother driving over here. I got my license over here. That's it. I'm cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm confident in that. And I feel like I can drive anywhere else because I got my license in New York. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I like LA because even though the traffic does suck though, don't get me wrong. Like, driving in the traffic is so damn annoying if you like are in a rush to get somewhere. But most people in LA aren't in a rush to get nowhere because they know how long the traffic's gonna take, and they always hot. So they're just kind of naturally more chill, I guess. But yeah, the spaciousness is way better though. It's like when you pulling with a little, you know what I'm saying? When you pushing a little foreign thing, you want to hit the gas pedal. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. I definitely like when you're driving. I like seeing like the hills and the mountains. That was definitely dope. But another thing about New York though is like in the summertime, right? The summertime is the best time because right, call up your homie, yo, let's link up, hop on the train, right? You dress nice, looking fly, doing your thing, and then you get out the train station, you just feel that air just hit you, boom, that hot air just hit
Hot,
you,
musty
and
air.
it's just like it's always like it's like this liveliness, it's like this energy you feel like right when it's really nice outside, and it's just like you just feel so alive. No cap, just being in the city in the summertime, like you never want to go home. Like really, like we stay out till really late. We just pull up. We just to hang out in the city just to hang out.
Just to hang out. And I'm a city boy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a city
Yo,
boy.
nah, that was hilarious.
And like, cause I mean, we ain't had no studio. We on studio number 3 at this point. But we ain't had no studio for quite some time. So, you know,
We had Soho Steps.
we had Soho Steps, man. We had Soho Steps till all hours of the night. Like, we had Soho Steps. And even on those Soho Steps, like, you didn't see some baddies. We didn't see some artists. We didn't see so many things, bro. A lot of people on them Soho Steps, for real, you know.
For sure.
That's a dope segue even back to the whole Mercer Boy conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we'll fast forward a little bit about how we even, you know, the name of the podcast being Mercer Boyz Podcast is because we're on what is that? I don't know if I want to tell you the actual specific street because we still be there sometimes. But
Yeah.
we be.
I mean,
you
bro,
know,
yeah.
Nah, yeah, I said it already. It's the name of the wow, okay.
I mean, those.
It's the name of the podcast. All right, whatever. It's the name of the podcast, Mercer Boy Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We used to be on Mercer Street in Soho, and we was recording. We was about to record. I don't remember what I was about to record that day. Ideas come to my head sometimes, and I said, "Yo, let's go to Soho and record it." So it was one of those type of situations. And shout out to homie Lee. I think his last name is Lashen. I don't know, but he's a filmmaker.
Yeah, but whole government.
I mean, he a filmmaker, which he is. He has an IMDb. Like,
okay.
This man is already on the internet. Like, I didn't expose nothing that Google can't tell you yourself. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, shout out to him. He's definitely a dope individual.
Shout out to Lee as my guy. Literally, we're just there on the block. Homie pulls up to us, asks us what we're doing. I don't even think he talked to me directly. Or I think he may pull it to JJ and Vivid, whatever. And then I ended up talking to him as well. And then he literally right then and there like asked us to film a documentary about the block.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because he saw because literally though that was 2019, right? Yeah, it was 2019. The block was so active around then. Like,
yo, what?
I don't know what it was, like so active.
Bro, during those moments, especially in the summertime, yeah, what? There was so many people. Like every day you would go, and the thing it was like a set amount of people. Like it was like you'll start seeing familiar faces. Like you'll literally just start seeing like certain people there every day. That's just there, just chilling.
Yeah, you knew you was gonna see a couple people when you went to the block too, especially a specific day. You was gonna see somebody. Like,
I mean, nowadays kind of like that, but it's not. Ever since COVID,
it's been pretty dry. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and plus, like you got like that one guy, but that I guess he owns that one building that be like putting water in the steps so nobody can sit. That old guy that you was arguing.
Bro, I don't know, like me, and I really need to get better at this. And I thought it was the music that I was ingesting, but honestly, maybe I'm just a slightly angry dude. I have a little bit of a temper at times. I'm able to hone it for the most part, but I'm that kid. Like, I was in the back of the class. I'm really chill, but you know, unless you come to me genuinely on some like you just trying to be my homie, I'll respect it and we can have dope conversation. But if you come to me with aggression, I just don't. It doesn't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't bother you. And usually, more times than not, when that happens, I always think of it as a test for me to diffuse the situation. I always fail. I always fail. I'm not gonna lie. Like, more times than not, in the situations when I should just diffuse, I raise it. Like, I double it. You know,
That's a fact.
I double it, and I raise that person's aggression, and I say, "Yo, I bet now we're both gonna be aggressive." You know what I'm saying? But that incident that he's talking about, I think we were sitting on the steps, and homie come out, and he gets so angry that we sit on the steps.
In
He's
one of
so
the most
mad.
popular blocks.
Like, bro, what? There's mad people walking back and forth. There's no chairs, bro.
Literally there's so many people outside sitting everywhere, like
Everywhere, bro.
Everywhere.
And and honestly, we was probably a byproduct of other people doing the same thing to him for quite some time. But I don't care, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a person that believes that you should take your anger out on a random person who did nothing to you. And because at the end of the day, you don't know in New York, there really always is a person crazier than you. You never know if you're gonna run into that person.
There's always somebody crazier.
When you like are on your OD, I'm aggressive today stuff. And I like to show people that I was the wrong person that you should have just randomly expressed aggression to. That's honestly why I be moving like that, because I don't like the people because whenever people feel they can just do whatever they want, they will. And I'm not, I don't want you to feel that you can, I'm random person 96, let me just attack that person. It's not going to go down like that. I'm sorry.
That's a fact.
So he just got angry at us, and I'm pretty sure and honestly, when you like trigger my emotions, I don't have a problem with emotional confrontation, right? So he had just triggered my emotion that time but he just came so aggressively to me and us. And I was like, nah, I'm not jacking this. So I think I went to him and was like, yo, like calm down, like relax, like we'll dip, but like you need to relax, you know what I'm saying? And he was on 10 too. So me, I'm on 35. What's up? You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Nah, that honestly, the first time I was on, was it? I feel like it probably was my first time ever being on Mercer, bro. It was literally before I met you guys. It was so crazy, bro. Literally, I think it had to be like that 2018 summer, or if not around the fall, something like that. But it was me and one of my other friends, Bruce. There was like this, at V Files, there was this like this artist. No, there was like this artist showcase / producer stuff, whatever. So that was the first time I was really on there. But yo, I didn't even know where I was at that time, like, cause I never really traveled to that area. I mean, I used to in high school, but like not really. But so yeah, that was crazy just being back and just realizing like, wow, stuff be really 360 sometimes. And we met a lot of dope people on that block. Met definitely a lot of dope, a lot of interesting people, and yeah,
a lot of interesting people. For sure. Definitely a lot of interesting people. Was a lot of content though, a whole lot of content. Literally, probably over like at least 5, 6, 7 hours of content was filmed on that block.
Way more than that.
Probably way more. I'm just giving a minimum,
Documentary.
And the no, that's a fact, definitely. So we probably 10 to 20 hours of content.
I would say at least probably video time, yeah, but as in like hours of putting video content, like 100 plus.
Oh well, yeah. Just in terms of hours, I'm just talking about like the finished product, but the times of which I feel like people don't understand the behind the scenes, and that's what I really want us to be able to provide to the listeners here at the Mercer Boyz Podcast about growth. Like once again, referring back to the artist that came here earlier that I interviewed, he said that I'm a person that motivates him because I showed him that you could really do it on your own. Like you could do it yourself, and that is something that I really strive to express and project. But yeah, I really try to project that type of energy. Like, you could do it by yourself. You can do it on your own. I'm an interviewer. If I would have took the steps of just going up the radio ranks and just nut hugging, then I could have been way further ahead. I could have been working for a radio station. I could have got celebrities spoon fed to me, and I could have made a whole platform based off the celebrities I met through the place of my business. But I've never kept a job for very long. Like, so if I didn't make my own, I don't even say if I didn't make my own job, like I basically made my own job because I never was able to keep a job that long. So yeah, I really enjoy being able to show people that you can do it on your own, do it by yourself. I could have went the route of going up the radio station ranks and just nut hugging and getting to the point that everyone else is able to shoot to because they work for a radio station, they work for somebody in the music industry or whatever. They just get spoon fed everything that they need because they work for this company. I was really never able to keep a job very long, so I was only able to rely on myself because I'm not going to be broke out here. But for the most part, I was broke for a pretty long time of my life because I just didn't. I would work jobs for a little bit, but then I always had girlfriends. So, when you have girlfriends, you end up spending money, you know what I'm saying? And just living life in New York, you spend money. So it's not like I had very much money to begin with for very long. So it's like the struggle that comes with being a creator and being independent, it didn't really affect me in terms of that money aspect because I never really had that much money. So that's kind of what deters people from doing whatever it is that they want to do because they feel like the money won't come in soon enough. For me, the money didn't come in soon enough for mad long. So, it didn't bother me because, I'm a person that can live off not a lot, but I just always want to encourage people about the behind the scenes aspect that even though it does take time, it does take work, you can get to a final product that you look at and you're like, wow, I did that. And, it's very gratifying once you're done to see the effort you put in. But I say all that to say just like the hours, like I was only talking about like the finished product of content that we put out, but like the hours spent that just waiting for people to come that I felt would be dope to be on the show. Waiting on lines to get in events, setting up the events. Literally, I would go to school. I was in college at a certain point. I would go to school with a suitcase full of equipment. Like, bro,
before we had to wait.
what? Before pre-studio, whatever, I would literally take mad equipment in my book bag, my suitcase. I would hold mad stuff. I had to take this on the train to throw events. Like, these are things you have to do to progress because you want to get it so bad. And that's what we would do. We literally like we did that constantly, didn't stop. We just tried to keep figuring out the next thing to do. And that's what happened. But going back to Mercer specifically in the documentary, what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to Lee. He pulled up on us, the documentary, paid us and everything. Literally just three random kids on the strip, what I'm saying? And he like that is talking about 1 in a million, like what are the odds of that? Like seriously. Doesn't make no
Facts.
sense.
That was crazy.
Like
But like I said, everything is destined to happen because prior to us being at Mercer, we were somewhere else. We was trying to be in front of record labels.
Yo, that's a fact too, bro. What we literally like the same mutual friend we was talking about earlier. He honestly was the first person that would just be like, "Yo, let's just do random stuff." Like he had us go to in front of UMG and he was trying to record like some kind of promo video, and he recorded this promo video in a damn straight jacket. I don't think he in the rain. I don't think he ever ended up putting the video. But he literally recorded a video just like trolling in front of the damn UMG wearing a straight jacket. Like we was outside doing random things for just no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like we was just always in the city. The city. I mean, I love the city for sure. I plan on living in the city at some point. But the Manhattan just exudes so much wealth and that's where everything is.
And it was just fun and like
it was fun, a lot of fun.
And fun and definitely like it's a different feeling when you in the city and like you see like there's so much going on, there's people everywhere and it's just like a vibe like all right, I gotta do this, like it's like now and never when you see like the tall building, it's just so much going on, like there's just so many things happening all at once. That's what I really like about it. It's like everybody else is doing their own thing and minding their own business. But that's what we definitely started was in front of the record label. But then honestly, that's when I suggested that we just go to Mercer, but I didn't know the name at the time. I just knew like, yo, let's just go to this one location because prior to that, I used to see like on this is back when like there was like Instagram, Tumblr days, and like there was like a whole scene that used to chill there. And I used to always wanted to be part of it, but my parents never let me go to the city, by myself as a kid. So yeah, so that's when that's really what like sparked the idea in my mind. Like we're basically doing something similar in our own way, so might as well just check it out. It definitely worked out, and I'm glad it did because the moment we got there, like the first, like literally the first place where we set up, it was like the place where we stayed for mad long.
Yeah, literally, like the first place we went to, that's where we go all the time. Like, and I mean, I already dropped the low. So, but if you watch the L Jazz on the Street episodes, you see that the location is pretty consistent.
Yeah, facts.
Location is pretty consistent.
Nowadays, it definitely seems like there's more happening. Like lately, I don't know if it's still like that, but before it was like it's either super empty, super dead, or like there's just random stuff happening. So honestly, hopefully, once this whole coronavirus thing goes back down, it can still, be what it was. But I feel like it's always gonna be like that one place where everybody, at least some, it's like a bunch of shopping stores that's relevant even now, and people still go to their like stadium goods and everything. So I definitely think it's definitely still one of the great areas that I like to be in. I just like being in Soho in general. Honestly. Soho, you could just feel like the money in a way, even though Soho is not made for rich people, it's made for artists. That's why we was there, bro. Soho was literally
It
made
was made
for
for us though. It
it
really
was
was
made
made.
for creators. Well, I mean, it was like artists, but back
Yeah.
in the day, but basically creative people, and we're just the modern day creatives of what was back then. Just in a different sense. So yeah, like I said, it definitely was meant to happen, and yeah.
And I wanted us to name the Mercer Boyz podcast because apparently, we have a homie named Mike, security guard at Stadium Grizzlies, as we're recording this is a podcast episode, and he would tell us about like the other people that would be on the block. They used to be on the block and come through. You know what I'm saying? Like ASAP Rocky and like not Frank Ocean, but possibly Frank Ocean, but like
No, not
Playboy.
Frank Ocean. It was
Not Frank. That's like West Coast
ASAP
stuff.
Rocky,
Ferg and Ian Connor, facts.
The whole ASAP mob used to come through there.
Yeah, Cardi. I definitely heard about Cardi.
I think Yachty coming through there.
Yachty, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but they don't really jack it. You know what I'm saying? They don't really rep it like that. So, and I think that we're really a part of the history of that block for real. Like, we was recording a L Jazz on the Street episode, and Damani T.I.'s son literally just walks up on us, and that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of content that was filmed there outside of that is just crazy,
Yeah, definitely legendary moments.
Super legendary moments. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't let you live down this story. That's why I always make you tell it all the time. But he saw Lil Tecca, and I wasn't there. I was in the Dominican Republic, right? He was with our mutual friend. I was in the Dominican Republic when this happened, and when they told me what transpired, I was just baffled. I was like, "How do y'all fumble that?" Like, you have to tell the story, bro.
Bro. So basically, what happened was I was chilling one night. So it was late, right? At least like 10 o'clock at night, probably late. So we just chilling on the steps or somewhere, just hanging out, and then we're literally sitting, and then we see a group of people sitting across. We're like sitting across them for like 20, 30 minutes, but we're just chilling, doing what we do, and we look across the street and it's Lil Tecca, and I'm like, wait, yo, is that Lil Tecca? This is like literally right when Ransom blew up, like.
Word.
Literally, this is like literally like right when Ransom blew up, like right there, like month, the same exact like time. So we see him like he's sitting there, he's like super hot. I mean, not really hot, but he's like getting up there, and then so bro, literally he says, yo, I'm gonna go up to him and say that like, cause at that time uh, he basically came from a different country, not different country, a different state, Atlanta at that time, cause from vacation. So he came back to New York to a friend. So he literally said, yo, I'm gonna go up to him and tell him that, that I'm from Atlanta, right? So I was like, okay, like, all right. But I ain't gonna lie, niggas was clapped too. So, and plus we went to that one location that we get the drinks from.
Word.
So, yeah, so on top of that, yeah, so we go across the street, and then he's like, and then, so I basically was like, I don't know if he hit him. He said what's up first, but yeah, he went up to him. No, it was him. He went up to him first, and he was like, "Yo, what's up, Tecca?" And kind of looked at us like, like of course, like you don't want to talk to nobody because now he's like famous. Well, basically at that time, and he had like a bunch of people around him. They was all just looking at us like, basically like fans. I ain't gonna lie, like they basically was looking at us like fans. So. He was like, yo, bro, I'm an artist. And I was like, yeah, we're both from Atlanta. I'm not from Atlanta. Listen, why did I say that? I don't know. But, yeah. So, essentially, does Lil Tecca remember that I'm from Atlanta? That should be the caption. Nah, bro, imagine he'd be like, yo, I remember that.
So, yo, you're the Atlanta guy.
But, yeah, I mean, he was just like, oh, okay, cool. And, that was it. And then he just went back to doing his But honestly, they was really paying this to mind. But the thing is, bro, we was sitting across from them for like almost half an hour. Like, and we didn't even notice that was him, bro. Like, we was just clapped. Like, we was just sitting across. Bro, they was there for a minute. Like, they
Really?
came and they sat in front of us, but we didn't even notice. Like, honestly, I don't know. I think this was before I had my glasses.
Man, this was blind.
Yeah, for sure. But
I'm
yeah.
crying.
But yeah, there's definitely a lot of crazy experiences. And plus, we have our own location where we go for drinks. I'm not gonna disclose it.
Oh yeah, that definitely you're not getting low on that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
facts.
that was, I'm not gonna lie, like pre-studio vibe, that was still a vibe though. We made it work, you know what I'm saying? We would go record something and go get some drinks. You know what I'm saying? It was a vibe. It was definitely a nice vibe that took place, you know what I'm saying? Even, while filming for the documentary, I actually met FaZe, who's the main FaZe guy? The
I
tall
have no
one.
idea.
You know FaZe?
Yeah, I know the clan, but bro, if you
The
ask me
main guy.
main FaZe Rug,
Nah, see, that's the person came to mind too, but not FaZe Rug, the tall one.
bro, I don't even know the
Damn.
names. I don't even know
FaZe.
Rugs by just
Damn,
like
it's
the
the Fate,
videos.
bro. He be with Aiden. You don't even watch Aiden, but
I
damn, bro.
don't.
Damn, what's that? Damn, son. I'm not a
Yeah,
Call
I
of
don't
Duty
even
player,
know honestly, but shout
but
out to them.
it's the guy that literally the guy that made FaZe. I met him.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I forgot his name.
yeah.
I feel like it's
sorry,
in the
guy.
back of my head. I just can't
Yeah,
remember.
my bad guy. But you know who you're talking about. You know what I'm talking. You know who he is. The guy who made FaZe. And I went to record some content for him and try to get him to say like, oh, shout out to Mercer Boyz or Mercer Street whatever the name of the film was at the time. I got him to shout it out on the video because they was doing an event, stuff like that. And I met him. He's a cool dude though. My bad, I can't remember your name. But yeah, he's a cool dude and met him. Literally, it was one time we was I don't think we set up yet, and literally we're in the same spot setting up or we wasn't ready to really record at that time. Literally, Maxo Cream comes walking out of Nike. I'm like, wait, what? Damn it!
But at the time, honestly, I didn't even know who Maxwell Cream was at that time.
I
so
knew Maxo. I was sick.
he walked past me. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Like I didn't know who he was at that time.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Vivid was a celebrity spotter at one point. Like literally, he saw. I remember one time he was like, "Yo, that's Ben Baller across the street." I only know who Ben Baller is now because he was beefing with academics for a little bit. But after that, like I didn't at the time I had no idea who Ben Baller was at all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and bro, I definitely spotted out a bunch. I
He
spotted
found
out
little.
Jasper.
Oh yeah, no, we was near B&H with that one though. We was
Jasper
that's kind of near
Five
Times Square a
Future.
little bit. We was in B&H as a camera store. I was probably buying something, and Jasper from Odd Future, Vivid literally just spotted him. I think leaving the store. You saw Lil Yachty's artist, and so
Oh yeah, yo, that was crazy, bro. He walked right past us.
yeah, I didn't know.
I was like, yo, bro,
I didn't even
isn't
know
that
Lil Yachty had an artist. I didn't even know Lil Yachty had an artist. I ain't gonna lie to you. Feel
Yeah, I mean, I forgot his name. Damn, but
it'd be like that, you know what I'm
damn, I
saying?
forgot his name. Damn, shout out to him though. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that we came across, and there's a lot of experiences that we experienced that we definitely gonna talk about more in this podcast as time goes on. All the crazy story. But it definitely as time goes on, so there could be some time distance
No, yeah,
between
for
some
sure.
stories.
But I
Some
still
stories
I
definitely
do believe we
crazy.
have a lot of stories, even if I believe we've accumulated a lot of stories even past that 2019 year that we could continue to tell and stuff like that. From me getting dubbed by TJX's manager to us going to 2 different Genius events and Vivid gave tribute. You get tribute read as a flash drive.
Bro, I
Right?
gave so many
Tribute read a
artists flash drives of my beats.
Guap
But
Dad
the
4000.
thing that I'm
Lil
sad
TJ.
is that I gave them some. At that time, I thought they were the most fire beats.
You probably gave me some weak. You probably gave some mid.
Some of them were
That's
fire.
probably
Though,
hit you back.
but looking back at, bro, I was like, cause bro, honestly, that was on my old laptop, and it was, bro, I don't even know how I was making beats on a laptop. It was a miracle. But
damn, you gave Lit Yoshi. He had like a hot song at the time, Super
but the
Insane.
thing is, right? You gotta shoot all the shots. I
You
had
gotta
to
shoot them Jones though. You definitely gotta shoot them Jones
Bro,
for sure.
what but at least now, whenever we come across like all the people I gave flash drives to, wherever the flash drives landed, at least I could say, hey,
We have stories to like when we meet all these people more than once and meet them again. We gonna have stories. Like at this point, we've met Rob Markman at least 2 to 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like I interviewed him already as well. It's like we gonna meet a lot of these people again, and it's like we will have that original story of when we met, regardless if they remember or not. It's like we
Right.
have that original story of like, yo, I've already seen you and you've seen me. You know what I'm saying? Like even going back to, I remember watching when Aiden was on Tory Lanez was on Aiden's Twitch stream. He was talking about how like Aiden was with Tory at some other point prior, maybe like some kind of concert or backstage or whatever. But obviously Tory didn't know who Aiden was, and now Tory was in Aiden's room doing a Twitch stream. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when stuff is really just meant to be in your timeline, it's just meant to be in your timeline. You feel me? So, and a lot of stuff come back around, especially if you work hard, and do something every day, you're gonna see results, and that's just a fact. Like,
work hard and believe yourself.
that's really all it takes. But bare minimum, of course. But as long as you keep believing yourself, you will literally prosper. And I think both of us are examples of that. And I do want to continue to show people that it is very much possible. That's really what I came into the game with a headstrong mindset of, is to show people it's very possible. Me personally, I feel like I would have been even farther if my parents would let me drop out of college. But I mean, it is what it is. I met a lot of people. I interviewed a lot of people in my actual college. So I'm not gonna say it turned out bad, but you could literally do what you want to do. You just have to have the right mindset. It's a lot of mental games that go on.
Yeah, you just gotta just know what you want, and also put yourself in the same community as the people that has what you want and that you want to accomplish. Like, if you want to be a basketball player, you gotta surround yourself by other basketball players. Like, if you want to be a content creator, you gotta surround yourself by other content creators that's doing the same thing, bigger than you, or that's more established than you. Just being around certain people, like, just because we were always around creative people, like, regardless of what they did, it was always like some form of creativity, and that definitely helped and showed us a different side of things. Even though plenty of those moments where, like, we didn't even know what we were doing. We just somehow, some way, got into these moments.
And that's why I really want to tell these stories, because it doesn't even make sense. Some of them don't even make sense how we got to the place that we got to. It's just, and even being here in this large studio that we were recording this damn podcast in, it's just like, damn, it's just, a lot of it don't even make sense. But I want to tell the story because I feel like we some walking legends in the making, and you gotta, I like to document everything. You could check my vlog channel. I literally will document me breathing for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, like, I always want that record of what my life was like. You feel me? Because you live it every day. Especially me. Like, my life goes by every day because of, I just have to do things so much. I can't even think about what I'm doing. I just have to do it. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't, being that my life is documented, I'm able to watch it again later on, and be able to say, oh wow, I did that. And I think that's something that everyone should take advantage of, especially being the world we live in now, and technology. You know what I'm saying? Like, just document what you got going on in your life, because years later, even a month, don't even forget years, days later, you might forget what you did on Monday. It's Friday. If you documented what you did on Monday, now you remember what you did on Monday, and you can always be able to refer to what you did on Monday or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't mind the digital age we live in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't commit crimes, so it don't really matter. It's not like you're gonna catch me on camera shooting somebody for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, especially the era we live in now is definitely a crazy new era that's never been lived in before. So we're literally living through history, the beginning of something that we don't know yet. Until when it's all said and done, they label it whatever they call it, what they call it, and who knows? Next thing you know, 50+ years from now, content creators gonna be in the history books next to Abraham Lincoln.
You know what I'm saying?
Made it right now.